This podcast contains graphic language. What's going on out there in the ministry? What's going on out there? Mick, tell what's going on. Whatever out there. Welcome to KDR Podcast. I'm right here in the Pacific Northwest, podcasting it up all across the world. If this is your first time out here in this podcast, guess what? It's a fucking shit show. It is what it is. I'm a philosopher, and I look things differently in a different ways, on different perspective and stuff like that. I got the mic back. And stuff like that. It was working. So now it was not working. So now it's working. My apologies and stuff like that. But no further ado, if this is your first time out here, guess what? I put a little intro music out here. And hopefully they don't get the strikes on CockTube and stuff like that. But I don't give a fuck because I'm out here expressing myself, expressing my First Amendment rights. All right. So let's go out here and I introduce these little intro out here. I think I can get it. So no further ado. Because with YouTube and stuff like that, everything's copyrighted and stuff like that. So hopefully I can get away from the algorithm and start with the intro. So here we go, gentlemen. 5, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Just bear with me, goddammit.
On a fiddle and playing it hot, and the devil jumps up on Hickory stump still.
Boy, let me tell you what. Yes, you didn't know it, but I'm a fiddle player too. And if you care to take it there, I'll make a bet with you. You play a pretty good fiddle, son, but give the devil his due. I bet a fiddle of gold against you, so I think I'm better than you.
Boy said, my name's...
And it might be a sin, but I'll take your bet and you're gonna regret I'm the best it's ever been.
Johnny Rotten. You're low and play your fiddle hard. Just hell throw blues in Georgia and the devil deals the card. And if you win, you get this shiny fiddle made of gold. But if you lose, the devil gets your soul. Devil opened up his case and said,
I'll start this show.
fire flew from his fingertips as he rosined up the bow. He dragged the bow across the strings and it made an evil hiss. And the bang.
I think I got away with it. I got way away with it with the intro out there. So, welcome, gentlemen. Welcome out here to the Pacific Northwest. I'm your host out here. It's like what? The time is midnight out here, almost 1 o'clock. And when I do this podcast, right, I'm just like expressing myself, freedom of speech and stuff like that. But when I open up my mouth, I understand that, it's global scale, okay? I get it. And I'm a philosopher, right? I'm a philosopher. And what I do observation with my local state, different states, and on a global scale. That's what I do. Just an observation. Regarding how society is working, not working, and not to make sense of it or trying to fix it or anything like that. I just go with the flow and trying to comprehend stuff. All right? That's what I do. I am a man going my own way. I go my own way. I do my own thing. I cohabitate by myself. So that doesn't mean that I can put my opinion out there, whatever. And apply the philosophy doing this observation. So topic one, I'm going to discuss here in this, because I'm not going to be your fucking clown circus and entertain you and shit like that. When I open up my mouth, I want you to learn something. Or not. Or you can write a comment to tell me to fuck off. It's cool with me. I don't give a fuck. So, the topic in hand with this thumbnail and stuff like that. Well, literally, like down the street. When I say down the street, is California. I live in the state of Washington, next to Seattle and shit like that, right? And you take I-5, 8 hours, you out there in California, right? So this Cali chick, true story. You don't have to believe me. Look it up for yourself and stuff like that. And that's what the philosophy of MGTOW, it comes about, because men are disposable. So if you do not believe me, look it up for yourself. Everybody got a fucking iPhone or a Google phone or whatever phone. You can look this shit up. I'm not making this stuff up. I found this out today, right? Today. But it obviously took place like 6 days ago, where they let this skank ass bitch free, right? So, according to all the articles that I read and stuff like that, this skank stabbed her boyfriend 108 times. Right? 108 times. Now, I'm going to repeat myself. Stab a man 108 times. Do you understand how vicious a woman got to be? You're not dead 2, 3, 4. No, she made sure this motherfucker was dead. 108 times. Who does this shit? Even OJ stab a bitch 2 or 3 times or cut the neck or whatever, right? $108 times. You know what she got? 2-year probation. And this is a white couple, a white Caucasian couple. Two years of probation. Can you imagine this man family, how they have to feel about this shit? Can you imagine how injustice for the family member, for this poor man who died out there and got killed by his so-called girlfriend? Do you think that this family member of this man, this was justice? No, it's not justice. Not one bit. See, listen, gentlemen, when I read this stuff, these articles and shit like that, I can like visualize and picture myself in both situations, because that's how my brain works, to be honest. I see the mentality of the psychopathic skank stabbing these motherfuckers for no reason, and the man who died and the family and shit like that. See, us MGTOW, men going on way, whatever the fuck, men are disposable. We are. If you are vulnerable to society, to women, and the gynocentric government who supports them, of course we are disposable. Can you imagine? And put the picture backwards. White couple in California. The man stabbed his girlfriend 108 times. And all he got to do is serve community service for 2 years. The whole fucking media will go crazy. Unbelievable. Shit. Fuck. The whole media, everybody in their mama, oh, they kill a white chick and stuff like that and shit and stuff. The whole thing. A United States will pause. There'll be an outrage. There'll be a pull. How can he get away with this? Stabbing his girlfriend 108 times and not serve no time in prison, no time in jail, but community service. It'd be outrage. The government, shit. The president will have a speech about it, condemning the state of California of letting these men out and stuff like that. Oh, you better believe that shit. When a fucking skank ass bitch do the same thing, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Move it along. Move it along. And just a white chick out there with her boyfriend and stuff, and something went wrong. Hey, she got only 2-week probation and stuff like that and stuff. You know? Let's be real with each other, man. I don't even get upset anymore. I don't. I really don't, because I'm to the point that I haven't been giving a fuck for a long time. How biased the law is against men and women. So the feminists, they want equality, but equality don't apply. Why? Because the government got these the system, the gynocentric system, they're gonna reward the women and punish the men, right? See, I know I'm beating the same drum. We talked about this shit. I talked about this shit for the last. I've been a content creator for like 7, almost 8 years. I can't believe this shit. I started with the walk and talk me talk shit and stuff like that. I made all kinds of videos and stuff like that. Was I shocked? No, fuck no. By the decision, the ruling by the justice system? No, I was not shocked at all. Matter of fact, I'm going to be honest. I'm immune to it. This is not the first, this is not the only case in this last year that happened like this. They just happened to pick it up out there in California. But you look all up fucking across the road, all up across United States in different cases and shit like that. It's more common than you think. Believe it or not. Do you know how many women set up men and they get killed? Ah, hey, like no other, like no. I want to keep my mouth shut because you know. Not shocking at all. Let me see here, my timing. I got 18 minutes. And I'm going to be here for 30 minutes. I'm going to do a 30-minute podcast because, you know, I'm your average man working and stuff like that. The other topic that I want to get in hand, it was like, I read this article. It was like, and just bear with me because I forgot the numbers. The numbers of, if you bear with me, hold on. If you bear with me. It's a really high percentage of these Gen Zs they affiliate themselves with the LGBT community and shit like that. They're affiliated with it, right? And I did because when I read these articles, right, I go to the source, right, and they have this little thing they can hit, and it goes back to government source and shit like that, and they do these data studies and shit like that. Trust me, man. The government is everywhere. They know this shit. It was like what 23% or some shit like that. But I look throughout the age group, right? And the boomers was like certain percentage. There was like LGBT friendly and shit like that, and Gen X and millennials, and now with these Gen Zers, they was like that stuff is really high with them, you know. And they like I don't, to be honest, I do not know, you know, because I don't know. Well, I have kids. They are the same demographic, right? So I don't know if, because when I looked at the data, right, with this so-called Gen Zs and shit like that, it was like really high numbers from the previous generation, which is the millennials. And I thought to myself, if this is organically or it was implemented, and now you got these so-called 18 to like 25 or 27 or whatever, Zenners and shit, Gen Z, they characterize themselves as the LGBT being, you know? And I find this very ironic. And I'm going to give you a sample. Listen, my friends, I live out here on the dungeons, okay? I live out here with a bunch of lip tarts and shit. I'm going to be real with you. So, especially during the pandemic and stuff, and shit was shut down, and just few stores and stuff that was open, and you guys experience this stuff, right? But I kept on working and shit. So I used to work as an auto part, not only auto part, but they service cars and shit like that. I don't want to put the place that I worked at, but, and I see these, you gotta understand with me, gentlemen, that I live in a very lip tart state out here, with these fucking white liberals and shit. So I'm having my lunch, I'm going outside, it's a sunny day, and stuff like that, excuse me, and I see these Caucasian couple, I say 30s and shit, talking about when we have our baby, it's going to be a non-binary baby. I was baffled by this conversation between her and her significant other. I swear to God, that's what you say. We're going to have a non-binary baby. And I thought to myself, is this bitch retarded? Or what the fuck is going on out here, for heaven's sake? How this happen? How you can have a non-binary baby? I just want to know. I want to know how this shit work out. I heard a conversation, and I'm going back to the grind, and this ridiculous notion of verbal diarrhea. But they were serious about it because the car is getting fixed. They are serious about this shit. And I was wondering, what is verbal diarrhea came from? What does that mean? And I swear, I got to laugh, man. I got to laugh. I have to laugh. I have to laugh because you have to laugh at these people out here. And I'm thinking, how are they gonna raise this child? Non-binary. A tree? A tree is non-binary, right? they're gonna have a tree for a child? Because, you know, with all this acronym and stuff like that, with non-binary and shit like that. So if you're non-binary, right, you're a fucking tree, or a tree, or a flower, or a grass, something, right? Because it's non-binary, right? Because everything got sex. Birds is a female bird, male bird. Dogs, male, female, and shit like that. Why did these fucking non-binary bullshit came about? Now, with the human species, I get it. You got homosexuals because we're more difficult than we're supposed to be smarter than animals, but animals are smarter than humans, in my point of view. But I digress. So this non-binary bullshit that I heard from these folks out here, I'm thinking, okay, so human sexuality, right? I get it. Homosexuality has been going on since biblical times, okay? This shit's not new. If you have a brain, you understand this shit. Lesbian, been going on for a long time. Same sex, homosexuality, or bisexual. That's how I break this thing down, right? It's very simple, right? It's very simple. Because they try to make it complicated. Non-binary, this binary, this, and that, and shit and stuff like that. This acronym, that acronym, and shit. Very simple. You go back to basic. Straight, homosexual, or bisexual. That's how it goes. There's no other way to go twist this shit around. That's how it goes. It's genetics. It's anatomy. That's how it goes, man. Non-binary and this and that and shit and all kinds of nonsense and bullshit be going on with these LGBT stuff. It's utter nonsense. It's Marxism, by the way. I'm not gonna hate anyone who like the same sex. I'm not. Because I don't have hate on my heart. I really don't. And by the way, I'm a libertarian. If grown folks that want to do grown shit, let it be. Let it be. If you're straight, bisexual, homosexual, and stuff like that, do you. As long as you don't harm any children and shit like that. Do you. You want to dress like a teddy bear and have sex as a teddy bear? Guess what? It's your place. You can dress up as the boogie boogie. I do not give a fuck. As long as you don't go out here in the public and harm people and destroy private property and stuff like that, guess what? I don't give a shit what people do in their own fucking bedroom. But I have to put a but about this stuff when it comes down with these Gen Zs and stuff like that. And my strong belief, they have been propagandized by the media, music, and shit like that, and living with single moms and shit like that, and they don't know, they're confused, and TikTok and social media and stuff, and they confused because their brain's not calculating how they're supposed to behave and stuff. They go out there trending and doing all kinds of shit, self-fulfillment and stuff like that, and they're confused. That's my observation. I don't know. I could be wrong. But to have this trend that these Gen Zs, 38% of them, they are some kind of gender. Because it's not a gender, okay? That's a Marxist language. The Marxists always want to change the language. Gender. What gender are you? What the fuck that mean, gender? Gender who? Gender who? What? What sex? What is your chromosome? Gender fluid? Are you gender queer? Are you gender this? Are you gender... You know gender shit. It is what it is. You like boys? You like boys. You like girls? You like girls. You like both? You like both. The other thing is bullshit. That's it. It's unbelievable how these Marxists have changed this whole fucking thing. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, man. We got, listen, whoever listening to this podcast, we all had a family member who's queer, who's gay, lesbian, or bisexual. If you haven't, well, guess what? You know a neighbor or somebody, or a co-worker or somebody, and shit like that. Me, myself, I have family members, they lesbian, gay. In my own family. And we didn't go out there And we understand these motherfuckers. That's why they like. That's why their preference. They go out there, they come over here and cook and eat, and he's part of the family. He did not deny any motherfuckers for being gay or lesbian and shit. We understood this. You know? Probably somebody listening to this podcast got a gay family or a lesbian family member or a cousin or somebody. You can't tell me, oh, my family members are straight like an herb. All of them. They are straight and shit. No. Bullshit. Nonsense. They always want queer in the family. There's always one pretzel out there hanging around and shit. In my family, we don't hate them. We understand them. We get it. They got their partner. They do this and stuff like shit. Let them be. Hang out. Whatever. You know what I mean? I mean, this notion and stuff with all this gender. See, this is what happened with academia. Academia did all kinds of nonsense and bullshit, especially with the postmodernism. The postmodernism fucked the whole fucking university up, and with this gender and all this bullshit and nonsense. You know, during the pandemic, I'm out there on these retail store, and they got this tag. Women and men had this fucking tag. My pronouns: he, she, thee, he, thee. I'm like, what the fuck is this all about? Target. It was Target. What the fuck is this all about? They. I'm like, nigga, I'm confused. What the fuck you want me to call you? Bitch? Skank? Motherfucker? You want to call you something nice? You know? I remember this shit vividly, man. During the pandemic, this shit went out of control. You gotta be like, what do you want it to call you? Tell me. Your tag says he, she, he. I was like, dude, man, that's too much fucking shit for me, man. Keep it basic. Keep it basic. Jesus Christ. I remember this shit like it was yesterday. Yes. Yeah. These last 3 years has been insanity. These fucking libtards that live out here, they take this shit seriously. Real talk, man. Out here, where I live at, these people are like really nuts. They're very educated. They are. But they're also very indoctrinated too, you know. No wonder how come these Gen Zs, they are confused about their sexuality and stuff like that. You know, to put this in perspective, I cannot blame those Gen Zs and millennials and stuff like that. You know, I'm a Gen X. I cannot blame. I think, and I think that technology has ruined people behavior, people thinking, people mindset. Too much technology has fucked all of us up. It has. I'd be a hypocrite if I tell you that I'm not using technology, because I'm using technology right now as we speak, right? I'm out here on the Pacific Northwest talking shit on the global scale. Yes, it's been suppressed. Yes, it did. But I'm out here. They got out there, New Zealand, UK, whatever country, and they listen to my channel and stuff like that. So yeah, there is good thing about it when you use it on a small scale. But for the last, I say 20 something years, man, it's been nothing but technology and you know, and stuff like that, and you have to use the internet wisely. You know, you got a lot of people are self dependent with the internet, especially the young generation where they were born with it. They were born with the internet. They can flip this and that and have a tablet and do this shit, or have a laptop and do this shit and stuff like that. And that's cool. It's really cool, man. But you have to take that shit away and just like live life, real life. And I think that these Gen Zers and shit like that, whatever they want to call themselves, they're lacking a little bit of life outside the internet. They were born with it, so that's going to be kind of hard for them to figure out. It sure is, man. Technology is great, man. It's great. When you over abuse it, then it is harming to self individual and in the world and society. know? I'm just here expressing my mind and doing a philosophy. That's all I'm doing. That's it. I don't get paid for this gig, and I really don't give a fuck. YouTube wanna shut down the live stream. Guess what? I don't give a fuck. I don't get paid for this gig. All I'm trying to do is just like express myself and reflect and bring a point of view how society is functioning or not functioning. But it's going to be for you individuals to figure this shit out. You know? I'm going to be real with you, gentlemen out there. The philosophy of MGTOW has changed my life in the last 12 years. It has. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because I listen to younger men, and I also listen to men of my age, but I also listen to men who are older than me. And that's how MGTOW philosophy has changed my life. I don't have to be the trendy, whatever MGTOW channel. I don't. You don't. You don't have to be here. You really don't have to be here. Listen to me. But I believe that you can resonate with me. So the podcast is a clusterfuck. And I understand that. You know, it's a clusterfuck. And that's what I do, man. But I hope at the end of the podcast that you have a realization what is taking place or not taking place. But at the end of the day, guess what? It's going to be you, my man. It's going to be you, my man, walking in this journey as a man. Not only a man, but a man going his own way. Well, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you fellas out here. Like I always say, peace. Stay MGTOW. I catch you next podcast, live stream or video. I'm busy and stuff like that. But guess what? Let the universe be with you, my friends.